Good Friday morning. We've made it. Another week in the books. Welcome to Drive Time, the best, worst show ever. Mark the Shark on the ones and the twos. Getting us set off. I like that.
How about that?
Look at that.
Tell you what, man.
Do it, Shark.
Shark is like, I mean, what is that? That's a view.
Yeah, I like that.
after the week we've had, I just needed a little relaxing.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's a kind of moment there.
Yeah, that's a second sandbar kind of thing.
Y'all can't see it at home, but Studio B has undergone a makeover. It looks nice. Things changed up a little bit in here. Looks good.
Yeah,
y'all put some time in on this.
Yeah, it's well, so just so everybody knows, we're finally getting down to the well, let's just say D-Day, as far as moving.
Yeah.
So we're about to be neighbors with BPC.
Historic downtown Bruton on the boardwalk.
Yes, sir.
Open to the public.
Open to the public.
That'd be fine.
And we want you to think of it more like Floyd's Barbershop.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean,
sure.
that's kind of what we, intend on doing. But much more than that is coming. So, get ready. But that's going to be good. And that's kind of what we're doing here. We're kind of getting ready for that. And talked to Carla yesterday. And so she's said she's going to be ready. And so we're going to be ready and ready to move, ready to roll. And hopefully not gain a bunch of weight eating too much BPC.
Hope so. We'll see. Good morning, Johnny Sims. Hot Rod, good morning to you. Earl Crook, good morning. Chief Stanton's in. Good morning, Chief. Billy Jean, good morning, Wendy. Fuquay's in. Good morning. And good morning, pal. Good morning, Kenwood.
Good morning, DJ. And so, quick question for you. I saw something. Hold up. I had it pulled up for you. Saw it this morning. And you say it all the time. I mean, it's just how it is. How many times we say on this show, nothing's secure?
It's been said once or twice.
I mean, so you wake up this morning and there are flights all over the world grounded.
Saw that.
Yeah, now listen, here is the reason given to the Wall Street Journal. A CrowdStrike update affected Microsoft Windows devices. Microsoft 365 said it was working on a fix and was observing a positive trend in service availability, but chaos still reigns.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like you say all the time. I don't care what you do. If you plug it into something digital, it's there forever. I mean, what do you say? When you press send,
you press send.
You press send. So, just another story to back up your theory. And speaking of theories, are you still perusing the galaxies as it may be, looking for different parcels?
Well, I mean, I'm always in the market. I hadn't found anything yet that's caught my eye just necessarily that was a have-to purchase. But, yeah,
No, I thought that one little piece there had kind of,
Yeah, this something with a little more constellation frontage.
I got you. So let's see here. Johnny Sims said, "Yes, sir. My company uses CrowdStrike, and we can't do crap." How about that? I sure hope it. Well, let me tell you the great thing about Whopper. And remember this: Whopper has tubes.
That's right.
And you can EMP all you want, buddy, and you ain't affecting no vacuum tube.
Whopper's ready to roll.
Okay.
Looking forward to another season.
Yeah, hit it all you want to hit it. But that's the great thing about technology from back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and maybe the early part of the 70s. Anything that was point-to-point, hand-wired with tubes, I'm telling you, we're all going to be able to communicate when we need to. And I don't want to sound like a prepper, but I'm just telling you, that's what it is. We will be able to.
It's funny that you mentioned prepper. I was down in Mobile yesterday for a little working lunch meeting with a guy from Louisiana, and
Mark the Shark's mom's in. Good morning, Miss Peggy.
good morning, Miss Peggy. Steve too. He's in the storm disaster business.
Okay.
We have a play in that as well, and we were trying to see if there might be a benefit with us collaborating on some different things. His niche is the base camps and emergency fuel. So when these storms hit and it's declared a national disaster, he comes in and sets up the camps that houses the utility workers that are trying to get everybody powered back up, and he also provides fuel. And that is not something that that's not our space. We like to move the debris and put down the mats and things like that. So trying to see if there's a benefit to us getting together. Anyway, great conversation. Very interesting guy. He's from the Baton Rouge area. He'd been in the service. He was a helicopter pilot. He was deployed over in Iraq, in the Afghanistan area. He had a couple of deployments where he was active. And then when he got out, he stayed in the National Guard. And he was, during Hurricane Katrina, he was activated. And, the military got called into that. And he said it was very interesting. I'd never really heard this take on it. I knew that there was, I knew Katrina caused a lot of problems in a lot of different areas. Security being one of them, police presence, things of that nature. And he said when they got called in, one of the things they did is they flew into a high school football field, and he said it was the guys deploying with their rifles, just like you'd see in Afghanistan. He said he came in, hovered over the football field, they dropped the cables, they're dropping down with whatever their firearms are to secure that perimeter and start working out. I didn't know things had gotten that bad, where they were getting them in like that. But he said, a lot of the places were not accessible by regular vehicles. He said, but that took place a dozen different times. They would get in these different parishes where a helicopter could hover, and they would start dropping them cables just like you see on the movies. And I had no idea that it had gotten to that point during that storm in those days. But it was pretty interesting to listen to, pretty horrifying. He was saying that a lot of the utility workers were getting hijacked, were getting held up. It was just really, really scary stuff to listen to.
It's crazy that you mentioned that, because have you seen any of this going on with the power folks that is going on?
I was fixing to segue into that. Okay, and we were talking about
wait, you said
whatever the word is.
Segue?
Yeah, segue. Yeah, segue. Isn't that the right word?
Segue? Yeah. Okay. That's what you said, right?
I'm from South Alabama. Okay. I ate chicken pot pie when it's available. And I got a story on that too, by the way.
I was going to ask. We got to find out about the great chicken pot pie
let me take a time out from this.
Okay.
I'm coming in yesterday, and I'm coming in on 31. And I blow right by the DG and Pollard, didn't think twice about it. And after I gotten past it, I said, I tell you what, I'll stop at the one in Alco and get my CPPs, be done with it. I was on the phone with Chief Stanton. And I said, I cannot believe I did not stop at that DG and Pollard. I said, but anyway, I'm going to put all my eggs in the basket there on the 4-lane. Get in, go for all their freezers are working fine. I see the bagel bites. I see everything that the mine has up there in town. And I get the pot pie section. I see the little red box. I'm getting jacked up. They got banquets, and all they got is beef pot pie.
Oh,
no CPP.
No.
So I grabbed my freaking box of bagel bites, went on about my business. And so the count is on. That's like 17 straight days without a CPP.
Golly, man,
it's killing me, man.
Your body has to be going through some sort of withdrawals.
It's killing me.
I mean,
it's killing me.
Do you find
all the BPPs you wanted, which I don't touch them? But they had no TPPs and certainly no CPPs, and it was just I don't know. I don't know where this thing ends. I might have to break down and go to Walmart, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think you've had reports now that they have them in Pollard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it don't do me any good. I'm probably not going to Pollard
again.
To get
that way again.
I don't have it. I don't see it in my travel corridor the next 10 days.
I got you. So I see what you said. Good morning there, pal.
I can't drive.
Ronnie Mac.
I can't drive 6 miles to spend $3. I mean, that's just not.
Good morning, good morning, Tracy Stewart.
Actually, that'd be 12 miles round trip.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm not doing it. But going back to my Sedgway thing I was talking about, the power grid. Okay, I'm coming back. If you've been down 31 between Flomaton and Atmore, if you're going from Flomaton to Atmore, there on the right in Canoe, there's a major project going on out there.
That's correct.
Major project. And I called Chief Stanton. I knew that he'd be in the know, and that's going to be a solar field panel power area, 500 acres, and it's huge. And that takes me back to my meeting yesterday. We were talking, and of course, you can Google and see a number of articles. They were talking about if the power grid went down in this country, 90 days, 90 straight days, that there are projections that 90% of our country's population would not survive it. And I thought that was an amazingly high number. And they attribute a lot of it, to water and to food. They say in this country, if you believe it, I haven't researched it. I saw a couple of different articles on it. They say there's 2 to 3 months worth of food in the country at any given time. Does that sound right to you? That seems believable to me.
I've read that.
Okay.
I've read and heard that several times.
And they, of course, they also talk about the water, which takes me back to Hurricane Ivan. It's weird how all this is kind of wrapping into one conversation. Prior to Hurricane Ivan, our water here in Escambia County was not protected from a power standpoint. After the fact, we had some FEMA money come down. It actually came down through Homeland Security, and we were able to put generators on all the water and wastewater facilities throughout the county. I think it was 27, 28 total units that we were able to get in. So from that standpoint, I'm assuming they're still all operational. That was 2004. But it was scary to think about all that not being protected prior to, and hopefully it has been maintained and still the case. But that was just a staggering number to me, that 90%, what is there, 335 million people in the country?
That's right.
90% wouldn't make it 90 days. I think we all, I'm certainly one of them. I would like to think that I would make it. But when you think about water, water would be an issue. We could all probably find a flowing well somewhere or whatnot. But 90 days would be a long time if food becomes scarce. And where's your water?
Well, true. And
I think those of us in the South would do better.
I was just about to say, but I do believe that those of us that live here have a big advantage on most.
I've gone 21 days without eating.
Right. No, but not only have you done that, but you also know how to hunt and fish.
Yeah.
Okay. You'd be surprised. I'm being as honest as I can be when I say this. I was 17 years old when I went to basic training.
Yeah. And
when I tell you that in a company of about 13 or 1,400 trainees, 75%-ish of them, when asked, have you ever handled any weapon, raised their hand to no, they had not. So I'm telling you that we all grow up down here knowing how to do that. You know what I'm saying? People that have never handled that very much, they're a little apprehensive about it. And I got to watch it in like live and live in color. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
the articles certainly reference like Los Angeles and New York, the populated areas, and what would happen in those cities if that really happened. If all of a sudden we just have no power for an extended period of time, 90 days, 120 days or whatever, food's as scarce as it is, water's an issue out there anyway. That would be chaotic.
Where did they put communication on that? But was there any talk of that?
What I saw was they talked about food, they talked about water, they talked about disease, and they just talked about the societal breakdown as a whole, which I'm assuming would bring in communication.
Well, here's the big thing. So I've been, as I've been taught most of my life, I guess. You cut communication, and that's how you can basically do what, you're talking. That event happens when you cut off people being able to communicate with each other. Communication between people, planning and all of the above. Well, let me tell you, we can have all this digital stuff, and it's all great, and it works, and it's fantastic. But and you hear people talk about EMPs all the time, and we're going to do this. That wipes out everything. It may do it, but it don't wipe out old school technology like Whopper, or some other things. I can assure you, I don't know who, but we will be heard. I can assure you of that. Okay. And there ain't no issue, no question to that. And now they may take a missile and knock it out. I'm talking about that tower, but they'd have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not shutting that down. Listen, we're talking about, you remember back in the day, what WABB used to say? The 100,000 watt blowtorch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get any. We're gonna leave that alone. But let's just say it like this: communication, we can handle all that. But I want to segue back into the Texas thing. Sedgway. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Mark. Hit the dang censor bell on me, man, or something. Lord, I apologize. I mean, don't. Yeah, there you go. Foul ball.
Thank you, Shark.
Yeah, Sedgway. Back into to talk about the craziness going on out there in Texas with the people trying to help restore power. Have you seen all that?
I've seen some of it. Yeah.
Is that not crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like fentanyl water?
Yeah.
Okay, can somebody explain this to me? I don't really understand. How is this happening? Or are they taking bottles of water and lacing it? Is that?
I don't know.
I mean, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And look, is this people from Texas that's doing these people like this?
I'm assuming. I don't think they're driving in from Nevada to do it.
I saw the lieutenant governor give some sort of press conference, and he was not happy. And
I guess not.
But my thing is, why would they be doing that to people trying to help them? Like, that absolutely makes zero sense at all. Yeah. I mean, if you're mad about not having power, don't go out there and take it out on the damn people trying to help you get it back.
Doesn't make any sense.
It is crazy. I mean, that is nuts. Fentanyl water. I do want to switch gears for a second, and I want to mention we want to keep my neighbor, Bruce Moore, and his family in our thoughts and prayer. I think Bruce had a little complication with maybe a procedure or something, and I'm not sure of anything else, but just, I think he's okay, but just want to keep him in our thoughts and prayers.
I didn't know that. Yeah, absolutely.
You talk about a fine, upstanding, salt of the earth man.
I spoke to him Wednesday morning when I left CDOB here.
Yep.
We left the show. He was in the front yard.
Yep, he is as good as gold. So just wanted to mention that, and wanted to keep his family and him and lift him up. So anyway, back to the chicken pot pie thing. Correct me, 17 days, is that right?
At least.
Okay.
I mean, it could be 17, 20. It's been almost 3 weeks.
When I think about that, 17, especially as routine as you, I have to imagine that some of these days during this last 17-ish days, you've probably been a little out of sorts.
It's been completely out of sorts.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, completely out of sorts. Hadn't slept as well. I'm feeling phantom pains in my knees. It's just, it shouldn't be there. It's just, I don't know. It's just crazy.
This fan, are they like haunting you or something?
No,
I mean,
there's no reason they should be hurting. I mean, there's no reason they should be hurting. I'm not walking a heck of a lot. I'm certainly not running.
Lord. Oh, my Lord. Good morning, Ace.
Morning, Ace. West End, Alabama.
Man, that is, shoo. Oh, wow. Oh, causing a glare.
Trying to take the focus off my head.
It's a bit shy on them this morning there, D-Top. You know how that goes.
It's Friday, baby.
Better not show up that formation
Hey,
without them shoes spit
tell you
shine.
It's Friday. You know what that means, right? Live at Blackburn's tonight, the Nashville Brass. Hey, don't meet me there. Beat me there.
Be there. Beat me there.
Beat me there. Happy hour at 7. Let's have a library card dinner.
Oh, and after they get off the stage, Eli will be taking
Yes,
the
sir.
stage. Oh, man. That is Blackburn's.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that's you talk about some old school Bruton, nostalgic. That some stories can be told.
Good times.
Good times. Good times. So what you got on the agenda for the weekend there, DJ? You
I'm gonna hang out here. Isn't rain in the forecast?
yes, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like it's supposed to rain basically through next week.
Yeah.
That's what I looked at this morning.
I tell you what I am gonna do. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find some CPPs. If I go to Walmart, I'll go do. I'm not really. I've told you the thing about Walmart. I'm not anti-Walmart. I just loved the convenience I had at DG. The parking,
Yep.
the less traffic,
Yep.
just all the moving parts that go into shopping. It was just easier for me. But I'm gonna get a couple of CPPs somewhere,
Yeah.
somehow this weekend.
Good morning, Hank Palmer.
Morning, Hank.
I'll tell you what. I think I mentioned it, but that post Hank had with that snake.
Which one was that?
He said that wasn't but one way that they were any good. That was the only way. Whew. Let's see. Thought you were an Oretz regular.
You know, I never went to Oretz much. I always had thought that was like a different level of rough. As what we always heard on the street. So I'm not looking for trouble.
Yeah.
I'm here to have a good time.
You know, I can't really say. I'm kind of like you. I can't really say that I remember going in there much or very much. What about Tongue Gates? You ever go in Tongue Gates?
Yeah, I did Tongue
I
Gates.
went in Tongue
Yeah.
Gates. Obviously, the Motor Inn
The Chasers Lounge was my favorite. I'm telling you something.
by far.
The members only jacket did well
Hey,
at the Chasers
you
Lounge.
could work it in there, couldn't you?
Dang right.
You could look just one little squirt of Sex Panther,
If I'd have had these shoes
and
with that scent
Hey.
and that jacket,
it'd been on.
shooting fish in a barrel. Yes,
All I
sir.
can hear is that sound effect of doing.
Yes, sir.
Oh my Lord, man. Oh, Miss Wanda Green. Let's keep the Eddie Rawls family in prayers. He was killed in a freak lawnmower accident yesterday. Oh my.
Terrible.
Keep Marie Lynn and the rest of the family in our prayers. We certainly want to do that. That is tough.
That's terrible.
Golly. We certainly will, Miss Wanda. You know, what was it there? I'd seen something there earlier. Oh, so you say you're hanging around the weekend,
Yeah, I think so.
and have you got anything pressing that you got to do, or
Not really. No, not really. There's always something I could do, but depending on the temperature, whether or not it gets done, we'll see.
I tell you this though, would you agree this week has been way
Yeah.
more bearable?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
This has been hot this week.
Yeah, I mean, humidity's been a little rough.
yeah.
but
No.
it's
No,
not
I
been
agree.
sweltering.
I agree.
Yeah, no, a couple of weeks ago it was rough. All right, look at there. Jack's projected opening date is August 5th,
That's great.
which means we need to wait till about the 20th
Yeah.
to go. Only reason I'm saying that is unless you want to sit in line for, I'm not. Listen, I got to be straight up with you. I'm not one of these people who does really well at sitting in a drive-through line. Do you do good with that?
I don't sweat it.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I can't do it. Like it's, I don't know what it is, a character flaw. And Chip, if you're watching, you'll get what I mean by that.
Oh, he's watching.
No, listen, that's been a running joke between me and him for, oh my Lord, almost 30 years now. No joke. But, well, not that long. I'd say 25 for sure. But
Oh, he's watching.
anyway, and I have to laugh every time I think about it. Anyway, I'll tell you that one later. Yeah, so let's see, has DJ set up a CPP GoFundMe site yet?
It's not about being able to square up with them or for them. It's finding them.
Yeah, the estate is there to take
yeah.
care of purchasing said CPPs. The deal is where is Waldo? Is that what we're talking about?
It's like we got a dash for CPPs and have they're hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
When they say there's a 2 to 3 month supply of food available at any given time, I believe it. The CPPs don't have that much.
So let me ask you this: knowing that statistic, and that is, listen, that's an alarming statistic. Would you say?
If it's true, yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I can believe that.
Sure. I mean, so knowing that statistic, would you be more inclined now to purchase several of these CPPs instead of purchasing 2 at a time?
No.
So you wouldn't want to war chest up any?
I'm war chested up with venison in,
Okay.
in my deep freeze.
Okay.
I got
So
a
you're
lot,
good there.
I got a lot out there.
Yeah. Okay. So you ain't got to worry about the other. I got you.
I appreciate Ace bringing that up. I saw a sign on Facebook yesterday that they have. I saw a post on Facebook up there in the Walmart shopping center where they have now put a kick down sign saying Firehouse Subs on the way.
Well,
So maybe they're getting closer.
that is great news. Hit the applause there, Mark the Shark.
I love Firehouse.
Me too.
And I always like to feel that I'm helping the first responders because a portion of those profits, I think, go to the
Absolutely.
the
Listen,
fire departments and volunteer fire departments and everything.
And a great sandwich.
Oh, it's a great sandwich.
I mean,
yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
great sandwich. Good morning, Tracy Miller. That big smile.
Morning, Tracy.
Good morning, Tracy. Miss Ann, good morning, Miss Ann McGraw. Good to see you this morning. Daytime venison. Using the English minor?
Why not? Sedgway,
Man,
venison,
it's worked well this is so far, hasn't it?
Hassenpfeffer.
Niet.
Da.
Oh man, Lord. Correct me if I'm wrong. When does school start back?
Couple of weeks. I think they're starting back like August 7th,
Yeah,
8th, 9th. Sometimes it's early.
I was thinking we're getting kind of close to school getting back in. I was this? And they always say, welcome to
They sure do.
Firehouse. Has a public.
It does.
I can agree with that.
But, I was looking at if you post it on Facebook, it's not private, right? So if I say something, I'm not breaching somebody's confidence. If they post, I saw where Jason and Michelle Walker's daughter is living down in Destin this year, working at the Chick-fil-A. And I was sitting there, I made a little comment on the post or whatnot. What a great experience for any young person to work in an organization like that and see how it's supposed to go and the ethic and the standard they expect you to meet each and every time you punch the clock.
I'll tell you what.
I think that's a great first job for any young person.
Hey, and one thing about that organization, you can do well with those people, and next thing you know, you can be owner of one of those.
That's what I'm
things.
saying. I mean, you look at it and say, "Oh, you're working fast food." Well, yeah, but I mean, just hang in there and see where that may take you.
That's right.
And I would say that for any fast food. I mean, that is a great experience learning to work with the public.
Listen, I guarantee you, if you asked Josh Godwin that question, what would he say?
Yeah.
I mean, and I think, is that not a local success story if there is one?
Sure.
I mean, listen, Josh is the reason this thing's coming to Bruton, Alabama.
Those are not easy jobs.
No. And
People
I'm going to tell you,
sneeze at them. They're not easy.
like you said, especially when you got it down like they have it down as far as that drive through and stuff, there has to be some sort of training regimen that goes with that's just got to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Has to be. But no, that's good. She was also I don't know if we got to say this here. I don't know if I think she was distinguished young woman. Named distinguished young woman this year.
She was, yeah. I don't believe we recognized her. She sure was, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So
and she's living her best life because she's going on a softball scholarship to Huntington in the fall.
well, she is.
She's won more in a month than I've won in my life. I mean, seriously.
Hey, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Junior Miss, Scully.
Listen, congratulations.
At the
Michelle,
Chick-fil-A,
great person, sweet as she can be. Listen,
Jason, very sweet guy.
Oh yeah. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Eddie and Miss Teresa,
Yeah, all of them.
man, fine folks. The Josh Godwin School, what was that?
Customer service.
Yes, customer service is success. Yes, it is.
Oh, shit.
There's no question.
Man, yeah.
I mean, yes, it is.
But Josh, I think where he sets himself apart, and Larry's the same way, and Adam, he's a working piece of that puzzle.
Yes.
He don't just own it and sit at the house and pick up his paycheck when it comes in the mail or whatever the dividend check may be. You watch Josh, he has a constant presence in that restaurant. He's just always moving and shaking, checking, whatever. He'll take his turn on the fryer. He does it all, man.
You mentioned Larry. I mean, I know we talk about the Camp 31 here, but we don't talk about the years that Larry and them went to Canada.
Yeah.
And I mean, blew it up. You know what I mean? Like that was, they have a Camp 31 restaurant in Canada.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, sir.
Did he franchise that out to them?
I'm not sure how all that worked.
Yeah.
But I know if you go to Google certain times, that thing will pop up on you and you'll pull the menu up and be like, dang, they've changed the menu down at the camp. Let me see what's going on, and then look at it and come to find out it's the one up there. But no, listen, I agree with you. I mean, when you've got to be, I believe this, you got to inspect what you expect.
Yeah.
And I think Josh definitely does that.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. See, I didn't know they had a Camp 31 up there. I'll let Fat Tony be the rib eating champion of that one. How about that? We'll share the North American title.
Listen.
And one day we'll unify it.
Listen.
We'll unify it one day.
I want to tell you something. I don't know, but if I had to guess, I don't think he would ever want to take that rematch. I don't know that you would want to take that rematch.
I wouldn't.
I don't think you've ate a rib since, have you?
No. No. I can still taste them in my nose. I knew, though, that he was in big trouble. I don't know if you remember this. He was taunting me early on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he would eat a rib. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just sitting there saying, keep on, big boy. Keep on.
He's over there tossing.
And then I lapped him by about a half a rack.
Yeah. I mean, I remember distinctly. Just like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So, So you're going to be fine with him being the rib eating champion.
I'll let him be the Canadian. He can be the Canadian rib eating champion.
He can be the Canadian champion.
Yeah.
Get this darn wire fixed.
Intercontinental.
Yeah, the Intercontinental title. How about that? Speaking of that, now listen, I ain't talking about this from a political standpoint. I'm talking about, I saw a clip this morning on YouTube that took me back to like wrestling, the golden days, the best of Hulk Hogan last night at the Republican National Convention. And he was out there putting on a show, man. Like, tore his shirt off, all this stuff. I was just sitting there going, what happened to wrestling? Like, this was when wrestling was great, man. Yeah. Like, when it was all about talking trash and, like, Ric Flair talking trash and, the Macho Man and all that, man. Like, what happened? I mean, you used to go watch some of the best wrestling in the National Guard Armory of all time. Could you not?
Oh, yeah. That was good stuff.
Man, and now it's like a big cartoon or something. I mean, I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe we grew up. That may have been one of the problem. But I mean, I can tell you this. I was sitting there going, if wrestling was still like this, I could watch it every night of the week, every night, and not bother me one bit. But anyway, I didn't know if you saw it. If you hadn't,
I didn't see it.
You need to look at it just because of him like doing the American thing and tearing his shirt. I'm telling you, it was good. It was good. Good morning, JP, the coach in.
Good morning, Coach.
You know, talk about that Publix, the firehouse having that Publix vibe. You know, it's kind of crazy that they say that, because how many certain stores do you find that have that kind of vibe?
Not many.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You don't find a lot of that anymore, do you?
Not a lot.
But you know it when you walk into it. Do you? I mean, you do. Like when you walk in Publix, you just automatically feel what? Welcome.
I feel like I'm home.
Yeah. So I
feel like I'm home.
Okay. So let me ask you this. How did you feel?
I'm pretty sure I saw my granddaddy in there about 6 weeks ago, and he's been dead for 60 years. I mean, I felt like I did. I was like, I looked over, I said, Papa?
What?
Is that Papa? Where's Nuna? That's what it felt like. I'm just telling you. That's what it felt like.
So, I mean, I don't even know what to say about this, but going off the rails, it's off the rails.
That's what it felt like, man.
I mean, whew, Lord, man. Noon.
I think I'm gonna drive down to 5 Points now this weekend, just talking about it.
Oh my Lord, man. I mean, that is good morning, Megan. Mama. I'm really, I guess at a loss. I don't know, but good morning, Keith Island. You, I really don't know how to follow that up. I mean, I'm telling you, that is
that's what it feels like.
So let's get back to.
Is it just me, or do you have the theme song from the Waltons in your head right now?
Listen. As luck would have it, I'm sure Mark the Shark has got it probably on the ones and twos over there somewhere.
That's a safe theme song.
You know, yeah, but I was also at the same time like hearing the theme song from Green Acres. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't know. I mean, when you started talking about Nuna, I mean, I was like, is this like we talked about way back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What now? When you say you thought you saw saw him,
yeah.
Obviously you didn't see him, right?
No.
Okay. I just want to make.
It ended up being crab cakes. It's Friday, man.
I do know that
National Brass is in town. What's their rider? Going over to 70.
Listen. I would assume at this point they would need at least a couple cases of Ensure. don't know, maybe a half a six pack of some sort of ale.
Yeah.
Maybe a Mountain Dew or two, Pepsi product, something. I'm not sure. So
Looking forward to seeing the gang.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just, Lord, the rider.
I think they're staying at Country Living over the weekend.
I still can't. When you said that the other day about the Nashville Brass, I'm telling you that
Kristen found them on an album. She found an album at the Restore, a Christmas Carol album in the Nashville Brass.
Look, I have no doubt. What I'm saying is, what are the chances?
It's unbelievable, and it was like Frank Sinatra. It was let me pull it up.
They were
quick.
on there with some heavyweights.
Yeah, of course they're the feature, but yeah,
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this wasn't like just a nothing kind of deal. I mean,
okay, maybe it wasn't Frank Sinatra, but it was
okay. Well, Frankie Valli.
Deck the Halls by Charlie Pride.
Well, there you go.
I mean, he's a heavy hitter.
Oh man,
Blue Christmas by Dottie West.
heavy hitter,
Frosty the Snowman by Porter Wagner.
heavy hitter.
Silent Night, Eddie Arnold.
Okay,
Jingle Bells, Jim Reeves.
heavy hitter.
And the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire by the Nashville Brass. And that's just side one. But that's a find, man. I wonder what she'd sell it for.
Just please tell me she bought it.
She did.
I mean,
Yeah, she got it. I bought an old Christmas record today at the Restore. Just noticed the Nashville Brass are one of the feature artists.
you would have to, I think, like you'd have to offer her the top dollar because what are the chances?
Well, as soon as I find a new stash of CPPs, I'll have her over for dinner one night
There you go.
and say, "Hey,
Yeah. And we're going Dutch.
yeah,
You're going to call and
by the way,
speak.
that'll be $1.50."
Yeah. By the way, let's see here. Good morning, PGP.
Boy, D2's in here thick this morning.
What is happening, PGP? Good to see you this morning. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Chamber Golf Tournament? Is it next third?
I'm not sure when it is. I know it's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the date's on it, but the course is in great shape. If you've thought about getting a team in it or wanting to play, the course is in really, really, really good shape. Best I've seen it in years.
I saw the Colonel there pop in just a second ago, and so I'm sure somebody can tell us what the dates are. You'd think we'd be more prepared, but I mean, listen, this is the best worst show of all time. So
And it's Friday.
yeah, and we don't have a job. Well, we do, but
Can I segue into the sports scene just one quick moment?
August 15th. Thank you, Ginger. Go ahead.
Because I think this is amazing.
Please do.
And it's a great story. There's a young man that played up at Hillcrest High School several years ago, Kobe Bryant. He signed a scholarship out of high school and went to Kansas. He's still at Kansas, going to be a senior this year. He's one of the top-rated football players in the country. He's a cornerback. He's a defensive back. This time next year, he's going to be drafted in the first or second round, and his life will forever be changed. And he's from Evergreen, Alabama.
From Evergreen, Alabama.
Evergreen, Alabama. Went to Kansas.
Good on him.
Just another kid from a small town with
Good
big
on
dreams.
Yep.
Good decision maker. Did what he had to do academically. Has been hundreds of miles away from home. Coached up. Good natural talent. And this time next year, he's going to be on an NFL roster.
And sounds like he deserves it.
Yeah. How amazing is that?
Good on him.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant, remember the name. He's also on the EA college football video game that has come out.
Wow.
And that's kind of cool to see him on there. And I think he's evidently, I've never played the game. I know a little bit about it. I think every player gets a numerical rating. Obviously, the closer you are to 100, the closer you are to being Bo Jackson.
Sure.
And I think he was a 90 or a 92, which is pretty solid. Yeah, but Kobe Bryant, remember the name.
Now,
Up the road, Champions Highway.
Now is Bo 100?
105.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, where's Herschel? He's got to be right up there, don't he?
Yeah, he's got to be. I've never played the game, so I don't know if they.
But, and I haven't.
Yeah.
But I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, is it amazing to think back to that time period, DJ? Now, you can correct me, and I'm probably wrong, but Herschel was a senior, was he not, when Bo was a junior?
No, he was.
Bo was a sophomore?
Sophomore and junior. But when Herschel was a junior, which was his last
That's
year.
right. Bo was a
Herschel-
sophomore.
Bo was a sophomore.
Yes. So we were watching college football and two of the greats of all time.
Well, I'll take it one step further. You had 3 running backs back to back: Herschel, Bo, Marcus Dupree. They were all 6'2", 6'3". They were all 230 pounds, and they all ran 4.3 40s.
And would bulldoze.
And
you.
everybody was saying, "This is what it's going to be." You know, the bigger, faster, stronger,
Yes,
right? To come
yes,
along.
yes.
And we haven't seen it again since.
Nope.
Been some great backs. Derrick Henry's probably been the closest.
But yes.
I mean, he was a freak.
Hey,
But-
speaking of Derrick Henry, okay. So the year that I think it was they were playing, was it Utah? Bama was playing Utah. They were getting beat in the Sugar Bowl.
They got beat by Utah.
Yeah.
Got
Okay.
beat soundly.
Yeah, they were getting beat. Okay.
Yeah. But they were voted to win, but they got on the field they lost.
Sure.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, and I remember this like it was yesterday. We're down at the Ford store watching it. I think it was Ford store. Anyway, yeah. So all of a sudden, this running back hits the field for Alabama, and he is just steamrolling people. Like, and I remember looking at the colonel and said, "Hey, where's this guy been all season?"
He was fresh, wasn't he?
And they said, and he said, "Well, they say he don't know the plays and all this." I said,
There's only one play.
Wait a minute. This is what I said. I said, let me tell you something. All you got to tell that guy is, here's the ball, follow that number.
Well, I thought that spoke to the brilliance of Coach Saban. He's the guy's 6'8", 290 pounds, runs a 4.3 40. I wouldn't play him either.
I mean, he didn't play him all season. I don't even understand that.
Hey, but he was fresh for the second half of that Sugar Bowl. He was fresh.
Listen, he was, man, when he hit the field and started just completely bulldozing people, I'm like, what? I mean,
He ran it, I think it was 9 times for 2.3 miles.
I mean, that's the truth. I mean, and how that guy had not seen the field
Fresh.
that season.
It's fresh.
Oh my Lord! Anyway,
Keeping him fresh.
yeah, I just that's one of these things that make you scratch your head. You know what I mean? I didn't understand that one. Didn't understand that one at all. So, anyway, so what else you got going on? You got anything you got to do today? Did you ever get over to see Tony? I know you said you might try to stop by BPC the other day.
I've got a meeting first thing this morning downtown, and then I'm gonna try to about lunchish 1 o'clock start winding things down for the weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's all the same, I got an 8 o'clock one I got to get to. So, you good with taking us on out of here?
Yeah, we can do that. It's the weekend. We made it.
Yeah.
Close enough to it. Appreciate everybody being in with us this morning. Hope everybody has a great weekend. There'll be a little rain, I think, in the forecast, so make travel plans around that. Be kind, be safe, shop local every chance you get. Weaver's celebrating their 75th anniversary.
Well, I'm going to go down there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Glad
Yeah.
to thank you for being here, Weavers, and
Yes,
being a part of this
yes.
community for so many years.
That's Jenny
That's great. That's
and
Andrew.
Andrew, and then, of course, Pam and Sammy before that, and
his parents before
his
that.
parents before that.
Yeah.
Been there a long time.
Iconic store in downtown Bruton. Historic.
Absolutely.
Downtown Bruton.
Historic. We're about to be right
Yeah,
down
a
there with
small
them.
part of it, yeah. So
Coming soon.
everybody has a great weekend. I want to thank the executive producer, Mark the Shark,
That's right.
doing it up big time. Mark, you have a good weekend too, pal.
Yes, sir.
If you have some time to waste on Monday, get back in here. We might do it again. Y'all have a good one.